Hey everyone, Andrew Esquire here of The Legal Mindset. And it's been a busy week. It has drained me of most of my life energy sitting up and getting on multiple streams about Ahmaud Arbery and Kyle Rittenhouse. And look, they've been great streams, and I've been fortunate to work with some great people. Shout out to Nick Ricada, shout out to Joe of Good Logic, Legal Bites, everybody else who's been having really, really great contributions, really great streams this week on these two topics, because it is a rare time, such a rare time when you have two huge cases going on at once. And not just that, but the legal world is abuzz with things going on. So I just wanted to just take a deep breath and do a quick review of how I feel at the end of this week one, at the end of the first week of trial. How do I feel about both cases? And just to think about a little compare and contrast on a higher level, not on a lower level. So to start out, these two cases, I hope you know them. The Kyle Rittenhouse case, obviously, Kenosha case, it's in Wisconsin. The Ahmaud Arbery case is in Georgia, right? So you have different laws at play. But in both, you have people alleging self-defense. You have self-defense coming up in both cases, despite the facts being radically, radically different. So let's start with Kyle Rittenhouse, because in that instance, in that case, I came into as both an individual and a lawyer, someone who's looking at the facts, looking at them as a juror would, and then also looking at the law. I came at that pretty decided because we have so much video evidence. We have so much evidence showing that Kyle was clearly acting in self-defense. If you're not allowed to fight back during a riot when people are chasing you, threatening to kill you, using expletives, grabbing your weapon, then you're never going to be allowed to defend yourself anywhere, right? At any time. That is the most clear case. So when I'm watching that trial, when I'm getting on with Nick or getting on with anybody streaming about that, I'm worked up because I know the law and I know the facts, and I want it to come out in a certain way. I'm invested in it coming out a certain way because I believe in the rule of law. I believe the law being upheld, and I believe in the underlying principles behind those laws. We've been pushing back and forth over these laws. We've been crafting them for years. So we need to see the rule of law upheld. And I have some hope in that case based on, well, the facts, based on the law, based on a great judge, an outstanding judge, one I can't believe they got. And on top of that, you've had the prosecution, at least at the end of the week, making blunder after blunder and bringing up witnesses that, frankly, mostly help the defense, not the prosecution. So I'm a little bit helpful on there, but I'm emotionally invested. Now flip that over to Ahmaud Arbery with the case of Travis Michael and two others who are alleged with his murder, right? With his murder. Now, the Ahmaud Arbery case, frankly, I started knowing much less about. I knew the basic facts, but not much behind what the mainstream media said. In fact, it was hard to find data, actual facts on his case, because there's so much misinformation. And to be fair, the misinformation has completely misconstrued the Ahmaud Arbery case. They made it sound like this was an actual hate crime, like they went out there hunting black people because the three alleged defendants are white, but they went out hunting Ahmaud Arbery, who is black, and hunted him down in their F-150 and shot him. That is absolutely not what happened in this case. In fact, what happened is much more complicated. It's so complicated that watching even the first week, I'm like, man, I can't tell you right now, based on the facts I've seen, which way I sit, where I sit on this, and where this should come out. I am truly divided, and I'm coming into it with much more of an open mind because I haven't seen that video evidence. I haven't seen the facts of the case as much as I have seen in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. So because of that, because I haven't seen as much, I don't know as much, and we're discovering new things during trial, I'm much more undecided on Ahmaud Arbery. And I'm willing to be convinced either way. And in fact, that's why it's so great to have a community of other lawyers that have their own opinions on this. Say, you know what? I'm more leaning towards guilty. I'm more leaning towards innocent. That's the beautiful thing. As Joe from Good Logic said on his stream, it's like a Grisham novel. And it's absolutely true. You don't know what other twists or turns or extra information is going to come out there. And that makes it absolutely fascinating. That's not to say that the Rittenhouse case won't have its oohs and ahs. And it certainly has had some zingers. It's definitely had some zingers. The whole line, well, he yelled, "Fuck you," and grabbed for his gun. Speaking about Rosenbaum, as he on the stand, there's a prosecution witness, McGinnis, who was on the stand talking about Rosenbaum lunging for Kyle's gun. Once again, that's a total zinger, a great one. There's clips of that up on Twitter, around the internet. It's just a killer quote. But what you see here is that with Kyle, we're really emotionally invested. With the Travis McMichael and with the Ahmaud Arbery case, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the facts, paying to the details, and really trying to be your own judge. And that's what my channel is about. It's about being your own judge. Now, being your own judge is not having an opinion. You see me, I clearly have an opinion, but I'm using the facts, the data, and the law. I'm using my mindset to formulate that opinion. People should have strong opinions, but you should formulate them on your own. I don't care if you disagree with me as long as you used information to formulate your own unique, genuine opinion. As long as you're constantly taking in information, processing it, and putting it out, that's fine. And look, even in the Rittenhouse case, and I'm going to say this, it may not be popular, but if there was some undiscovered evidence that came out, something we all didn't know, I still am open-minded to it. Now, because of all the evidence we do have, I find that almost impossible. I mean, about as impossible as a meteorite hitting like right now and taking me out in my apartment here in South Korea. Very unlikely, but yeah, I guess I have to say it could happen, right? It's possible, right? But is it probable? No, right? So it's pretty improbable that some secret evidence comes out in the Rittenhouse case. Whereas in the Arbery case, there's a lot of potential secrets, a lot of potential information that could wildly swing opinions from one side to another. That's why it's a fascinating case. And I will still remain tuned into both cases because they are critical, not just for one particular outcome, not just to get justice, but for the rule of law. I know a lot of people are saying the rule of law is dead, and I understand that point. I see where they get at. They're seeing these judges that are super woke, that are just enforcing these unconstitutional laws. I get it. I get it. Look, I'm here for you, and I hear it. But we need to fight back and preserve it. And within the system, we need to keep fighting. And one way you fight back is by calling it out, by shining a spotlight on it, and by just saying, this is absolute BS, right? And there's nobody better at calling out BS than this guy. So until next time, guys, take care. Have a lovely weekend. I do apologize for sleeping in on my stream this morning, but listen, guys, I'm going to have so much more content coming out. I've got new ideas to bring to this channel and new formats, right? I'm going to do many more videos in this short format. And if you like this short format, please hit like, please leave a comment. Please tell me this is exactly the content you want to see because it helps me understand what you guys like and make more of it. Until then, guys, take care. And